So we're now heading towards, over there, that's Wilver Power Station, the nuclear power station that's not working anymore, but it's supposed to be going to be built, then it's not going to be built, then it is, then it's not. Heaven knows what they're doing with it, it's pathetic. So we're now heading towards Mynyddig. There is a reason for that. The reason why we're going there is that around the time of Operation Julie, in that sort of period of time, we have allegedly reports that this area was home to people that may well have been interested in the use of pharmaceuticals. Indeed, at one stage it was rumoured that a Hollywood film star's son used to frequent here, and close members of royalty. And I'm not going to say which houses were mentioned to me, however I do know which ones were mentioned. Just seems it's nicely tucked out the way, doesn't it? And as I say, there's a reason why I'm including this in, because let's face it, drugs could have been used anywhere, you know, what have you. We're talking about the late 60s, early 70s. However, it just does seem a little bit too much of a coincidence. Only a few minutes away from the building that was seriously considered as what would have been the manufacturing hub in the largest drugs bust in the world. It wasn't, because obviously they chose Kano instead. But you have to wonder, what is it that made them choose specifically coming up to this part of Wales? I mean, we've got the potential people with connections, should we say, in this area. We have the links to the Irish Sea, not to the main port. The main port's over there. We've got smaller ports here. But why come here? You know, there's obviously more to it. They don't just think, oh, stick a pin in a map and hope. What led them here? You know, there must have been something that led them here. Apart from the fact it's a beautiful part of the world. I'm just pottering along here. It's lovely. Even though the wind is pretty vile, I have to say it's lovely just pottering along until I'm fucking. Now, you know, what I'm sharing with you isn't completely unknown. It's not some absolute top secret thing that nobody knows about, but it isn't at all widely publicised. I'm not convinced that the sources that have openly published this information have actually gone to this amount of detail. And so I'm having to skip various bits for legal reasons. Which way should we go? Let's go. I know, let's just go here for a minute. I hope you've got the impression already, but just in case you haven't, we're in the far corners of Wales. We're on Anglesey. We're not near, or not in I should say, a major conurbation. Just like Cornwall, for example, it's rife for any opportunity to do smuggling, whether that be drugs or anything else. Okay, we are now heading into the most northerly village in Wales. This is the point where I mentioned the Berwyn UFO mystery. Imagine we've got opportunity for drug smuggling. Welsh independence was a big thing at that time. You've got the opportunity for people to get drugs on because there's not that much surveillance. Could there have been, though, an operation trying to stop some drug smuggling gang or explosive smuggling gang or whatever at that time taking place, which people saw from the Berwyn site? That's something we obviously don't know, and because of national security would never be told. However, one of the key features that Solomon was interested in at the place we're actually heading to now does lend us to think about the opportunity for smuggling prior to processing in the proposed factory. Now, I fully accept this is just conjecture on my part. However, it does seem just purely a possibility and something worth considering. Of course, I could be totally wrong, but it does make for a juicy story and plenty to think about. It's a conspiracy theorist wonderland. So we've got UFOs, aliens, drug smuggling, drug production, terrorism, both Welsh nationalists and Irish separatists, possible involvement of Hollywood celebrities or links to Hollywood celebrities, rumours of the royal family being involved. Absolutely amazing. And from the earlier videos we've even had mention of rock and roll. I'll be referring back to music a bit later. Then we've got, I'll be mentioning London soon as well, so bringing more into that. Have we got any gangland connections? I don't know. Maybe someone out there does. Really, the list can go on. But changing the subject, we're at Bull Bay now, and as you can see, it's a big bay, and often you can see ships queuing to waiting to go into Liverpool. and just on the horizon there you will be able to see a big boat. I believe that's a technical term, I don't know. I'm not sure whether it's a freighter or a tanker or whatever, but certainly it's a big one. Once you leave Bull Bay, you start climbing a hill, and then for no time at all you arrive in Amlwch proper. Amlwch, famous inhabitant of Amlwch, Ian Fraser Kilmister, better known to many of us as Lemmy from Motorhead and Hawkwind. Anyhow, Amlwch is where we want to be to view the property for the Op Julie story. However, before that, there's a really interesting building I just want to show you as we ride past. So enjoy the view for a second. I think I filmed this bit before. And I've got to come left again. I hope I'm right. Yes, and I've got to go left again, I believe. Yeah. We're very nearly where the Op Julie consortium came to view a property and very nearly bought it. In fact, I've been very, very fortunate in that I've been shown a letter from David Solomon to the then owner of the property, and it was quite clear that there was some debate about it. However, he was very, very much wanting to purchase the house. Now here is a big housing estate, as you can see, a modern housing estate. None of this existed back then. This is all post-Operation Julie. So here we have it. That property there with the caravan. Okay, that is the house that there we go. That's the house that the Operation Julie gang wanted to buy, or were thinking of buying, and chose not to. It's a long way away from Carno, a long way away from Carno. I'll actually do a check on Google Maps actually when I get back, and I'll find out the distance, and if I can remember, I'll stick it in. Now, according to an eyewitness, one of the main interests of one member, and I believe it was David Solomon, but I could be wrong, but one of the main interests was just up here. We've seen it already, but I didn't draw your attention to it. No, not the rubbish bin, before you say anything. It was that path there. That was their interest, was that path. Imagine how easy it would be to get contraband in, out the path and into the house, or vice versa. As I say, none of those houses were there in those days. We just got that one there and that one there. And that was the one. And why they didn't do it, I don't know. Why they didn't buy it, I'm not privy to. All I've been told was it was going ahead. I believe Kemp was there. I might be wrong, but I believe Kemp was there. David Solomon was there. I was told that there was also a couple of others. One was a local, although not originally local, was someone from London, but was local. And then there was an Irishman. They went to a restaurant where there was a disagreement, some sort of confrontation from what I can gather. Then the sale fell through. And as the sale fell through, they looked elsewhere and eventually chose Carno. So as I understand it, and I could be wrong, but one of the businessmen worked here, down this side, and the restaurant would have been around this area here. So that would have been for want of a better expression, where everything was. So history would have been made in this area that dictated what happened to Op Julie. The presence of the team in that massive house down in Carno, whereas it could have been a lot more subtle over here. So it just seems strange, doesn't it? How everything's happened in this area, but it didn't happen. So there you are. Imagine out there may have been some sort of operation which then may have been misinterpreted as being something to do with UFOs, but might have been something to do with drug smuggling of some description or smuggling of other goods over in that part of the world. We'll never know. What we do know is what I've told you. Well, I hope you found that interesting, a bit of speculation, but more than that, a good excuse for going for a ride. With the wind noise getting so bad, I'll just do a voiceover for the rest. If you want to know more, definitely have a quick follow on my Operation Julie videos and my Berwyn UFO videos to link it all together. Do recommend you do that. I hope you found it interesting. I'll see you on the next one. If you know anything else though that can fill more out the story that hasn't been told, why don't you tell it in the comments below. Bye.